Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Raiders content, so hit that sub button if you enjoy it. We are going to go through some day 10 observations, which was yesterday for Raiders training camp. I apologize, I was out of town for like 10 or so days, so I got you guys covered again with daily Raiders content from here on out, and I really like what I've been seeing. I really love what I've been seeing, specifically offensively. There have been some good news. Defensively, there's been some good news. So we're just going to kind of go through the order here, article on The Athletic, and give some input on it. So rookie, this is like really what I want to talk about. Rookie running back Zamir White has impressed after missing the first 2 days of camp with an undisclosed injury. Quote unquote, he's tough, has good contact balance, and you can see the growth in a new system, running backs coach Kenny Polamalu said. So my last video I actually made was talking about Josh Jacobs and how, they declined his 5th-year option. So it gets me thinking, because you have Kenyon Drake, you have Brandon Bolden. I think we're going to see a lot more. I should phrase it like this. I think we're going to see a lot less of Josh Jacobs this upcoming season. I think we're going to see a lot of Zamir White, Zeus. I think he's going to be a very solid first down back to just get you those, 5 yards, 5 or 6 yards, whatever he can muster. And I think he is going to be a solid sometimes third down back. So I think they're going to plug and play Zamir White a good amount of times, which is great to hear because, like I said, you got Josh Jacobs, you got Kenyon Drake, you have Brandon Bolden. So, as a rookie, you're playing behind 3 really solid veterans. I think we're going to see a lot more Zamir White reps than I was initially anticipating. And hearing this from the training camp, hearing this out of camp is just music to my ears. So Alex Otherwood was working with the third team Saturday, got some first team reps at right tackle, but that may have been because Parker, who was working at left tackle, just in case Colton Miller gets injured at some point. So the whole Alex Otherwood situation doesn't really seem like it's getting all that much better, which definitely is unideal. Former first-round draft pick from 2021 out of Alabama had a abysmal rookie season. They had to move him into the guard position. He was slated to be our right tackle, and the issue is apparently it's just not going great right now. Anytime you're getting third-team reps, obviously you could get some right tackle reps as well, but the Alex Otherwood situation isn't great. I'd actually love to hear what you guys have to say down below about that. Next up, Dylan Parham, the Raiders' third-round pick, got some work at center with the first team. That's my favorite part about the Raiders draft is you got Dylan Parham, who is extremely versatile. On the offensive line, he can play a multitude of different positions, and I'd actually, even though he's a rookie, I'd actually feel really comfortable with him. I heading into this upcoming season, whether he's the center, whether he's a guard, whether he's a tackle, wherever they put Dylan, I feel very comfortable. And especially long-term, I feel great about Dylan. I think he's one of the best offensive linemen in the entire draft, and the fact that they were able to get him in the third round, just kind of goes to show, I think the Raiders had a phenomenal draft. I think they did a very good job and got it started off with Dylan Parham. So this is what I was seeing this all over Twitter. Cornerback Nate Hobbs had some nice moments covering Devontae Adams. There was also a few seconds where everybody held their breath when Hunter Renfrow went out of bounds to catch a punt and ran into Adams, but everybody was fine. Good for Nate Hobbs, man. I don't know if I've ever made a whole video on Nate, but I have definitely mentioned that he is one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the entire league. That's how big I am on Nate Hobbs. I'm not just trying to hype up the Raiders here. He has been extremely underrated. Obviously he's very young, but I think he's been extremely underrated in his tenure, his very brief tenure in the NFL. And here he's covering, in my opinion, by far, Devontae Adams is by far the best wide receiver in the league. The fact that you can hold your own, I think we kind of knew Nate could hold his own, but the fact, I guess he's doing more than holding his own, I guess is the point here, is also great to hear. So the reoccurring theme that I'm seeing from just kind of watching and listening and reading stuff about the Raiders camp thus far, honestly, only really positives, except maybe there's been some concerns with Leatherwood, but that's really all I can think of. All right, next up, we got Mac Hollins. Went up for a catch in the back of the end zone as his strong camp continued. Mac is flying so under the radar. Like, he is flying so under the radar. And all of a sudden, I shouldn't say all of a sudden, the Raiders' wide receiver room is a lot deeper than maybe a Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs fan would anticipate. Like, Raiders fans know, they like the moves. They like the low-key moves. But they know about the Mac Hollins. Other players, other teams, they don't really know much about guys like Mac Hollins. So, just more insurance, another threat, another piece, another thing I absolutely love to hear. And I think that's actually it. Oh man, no, this was brutal. I forgot about this. There was a new player as the Raiders signed former Lions reserve linebacker Curtis Bolton a day after Micah Kiser was carted off the field with an apparent knee injury. He was placed on injured reserve, and season officially over. So, yeah, I totally forgot about Micah Kiser going down, which really, really sucks. Good news is Curtis Bolton, guess he's a lifelong Raiders fan, childhood team, diehard fan. So, hopefully that works out. Maybe I'll make a whole video on Curtis Bolton, a more low-key video on Curtis Bolton. But this is why I've been urging the Raiders to make more moves at linebacker, guys like Anthony Barr, just because, I'm not worried about the talent that they have. Guys like Jayon Brown, Double D, Perryman, got, Kiser. But I do think, especially in Patrick Graham's scheme, the way it seems is that the more linebackers you have, the better. I guess that goes for any position. But, with the linebackers, man, I think linebackers are going to be a critical component to this defense. And I think the better, the better. I'd go out, get a still young, in his prime, Anthony Barr. I know I made a video on this a week ago, and even more so. I might make another video on it after Micah went down, because I do think the linebacker is a position that's fine with the progression and development of a lot of these players. Don't forget about guys like Kenny Young coming from the Rams. I think Kenny Young's extremely underrated as well. But I'd go out, I'd get some extra insurance just in case more stuff like this were to happen. I mean, I know guys don't like when I talk about injuries, but obviously playing football, injuries happen, and they happen all the time. The good news is rosters are built in 52 weeks, so it's not the end of the world. It's not like they're, thankfully this isn't the week before the playoffs, and you got to kind of figure it out on the fly. There's still plenty of time until the start of the season, like a six weeks, something like that. Still got some time for preseason, so there's plenty of time to figure something out. But definitely not ideal that Micah Kiser went down for the season in any way, shape, or form. It's super doggy. So, all right, guys, that's it for today, man. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that sub button, but most importantly, go ahead and drop some comments down below. How are you feeling about the Las Vegas Raiders training camp thus far? Peace.